What is going on, YouTube-verse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another ranking video. And hey, the Black Keys just released their latest album, Ohio Players, so I figured what better time than to rank their full discography. And yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. At number 13, Let's Rock from 2019. This is my least favorite Black Keys album, and most likely always will be. This is the only album of theirs that I really felt disappointed by. It just kind of felt like, I don't know, like not a parody of themselves, but it's like there's no memorable songs that even are coming to my mind right now from the album. That's just how bland it is to me. And yeah, I was like really let down by it, but hey, what are you gonna do? That's my least favorite. So now that brings us to number 12. Magic Potion from 2006. Yeah, you know, a lot of people love this record. I think it's okay. Nothing really gets me. Like, there's a couple good songs, like You're the One and Your Touch, but even those are not some of my absolute favorites. So yeah, this album, and this was early on in their career. I think maybe their third or fourth record. So you know, it's kind of surprising that they didn't lose momentum with this. And in many ways, I guess they kind of gained some new fans with this record, trying to go a little outside of the gritty blues sound. But yeah, I don't think there's enough greatness on this one to be high up on my list anyway. So that's my number 12. Now at number 11. Dropout Boogie. This one, again, not one that I come back to that often. There's some good grooves on here, like Wild Child, but even that feels a little formulaic for the Black Keys as far as, you know, what people expect of them. There's nothing really outside of the box on this album. It's just kind of okay overall, but yeah, I don't go crazy over it. So that's my number 11. Now at number 10. Thick Freakness from 2003. This is their second album, and you could tell that they still had some growing to do as a band, but you know, still very raw, kind of like in the garage sort of feel. Actually, even more so on this album, like on the title track, which I really love. The song Thick Freakness. It's like just so raw and heavy, and a lot of the songs on this album follow suit, but there's just not much more to it than that, so that's why I rank it this low, but still a good album overall. And that's just my number 10. So now at number 9, Ohio Players, the new album that I haven't had much time to sit with at this point, but I've listened to it a couple times through, and overall it's really good. You know, you've got This Is Nowhere, a collaboration with Beck. You've got several collaborations with hip hop artists, which is great. You know, they hadn't really done that since Black Rock. So that was very welcome. And then, you know, you have some songs toward the end of the album that feel a little bit of like a tribute to some older artists like Link Wray. So it feels like they're giving a little bit of themselves and all these different versions of themselves. It's a little bit of a comeback album, quite honestly, for them. And I think over time it may grow on me more, but for right now, I think number 9 is a pretty good spot for it. So now at number 8. Rubber Factory from 2004. This is a really solid album, man. I mean, just the opening track alone, When the Lights Go Out, one of my absolute favorite Black Keys tracks. It's just got this kind of eerie, I don't even know what you would say. And of course, it's been used in film and commercials and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of surprising that they didn't take off as much at this point, it took several more albums for them to get like really commercially viable, but you can really start to see like the moodiness of the Black Keys and how that would grow even more in the years to come. But yeah, really good album, and that's at my number 8. So now at number 7. Turn Blue, right in the middle of my list here, which I think is a really good spot for this. This is like when the Black Keys were at the height of their popularity, and I think they kind of rose to the challenge of that with songs like Turn Blue, which have this like really kind of dreamy vibe to it, and then you've got big like 6-minute plus epic songs like The Weight of Love, which features some like amazing guitar solo work by Dan Auerbach. And, you know, you could feel that they had some more players on this record, so some really bombastic things going on. And also they can dial it back in some really cool moments as well. So overall, a really strong record by the Black Keys, but not quite in my top tier, which is coming up here next. So now at number 6. Delta Cream from 2021. Man, this one, for me anyway, was a huge comeback album, kind of bringing it back to what they do best. And it's just raw blues all the way through. Pretty much all cover songs, and some great ones at that, like Crawling King Snake and Going Down South, and of course doing a different take of their previous different take on Do the Rump with Do the Rump. And they have some you know, older players on this thing, offering some really cool guitar interplay between them and Dan. And yeah, I just love the rawness of it, but also the beauty of it. It's one that I come back to quite a bit just when I'm in a bluesy mood, and it definitely delivers. And that's just my number 6. So now at number 5.
Highlights, clear view on the vista. Stars so close you can reach out and kiss.
Black Rock from 2009. I know a lot of people wouldn't actually count this as an official Black Keys album, and I get it, but I love it so much that I had to have it on my list. It basically is the Black Keys collaborating with hip-hop artists, and so they did do that a little bit on Ohio Players. Of course, here, that's really all it is, but man, you've got features from RZA and Mos Def and Nicole Ray, who I had never heard of before this album, offers some really great vocals on here. Mos Def also sings on here, which is great. Like his songs, especially like On the Vista, is so great. Dollars and Cents has such a great vibe to it. I mean, you can really hear, and my God, Patrick Carney's drums sound just huge throughout this record, and you can really tell that they are legitimate fans of hip hop. Especially like kind of you get like a Wu-Tang Clan kind of feel on some of these songs. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And as far as like rap and rock collaboration albums, this has got to be one of the best. So that's why I had to have it on this ranking, even if it's not an official Black Keys by Tidal record. But that's just my number 5. So now at number 4.
Hey now, baby.
The Big Come Up from 2002, their debut record, and man, what a great one. I mean, so many great songs, from The Breaks to Do the Rump, as previously mentioned, to I'll Be Your Man, Busted. There's even some great covers, like a Beatles cover of She Said, She Said, which it's like a totally different bluesy take on the original, you know, Leavin' Trunk, a Taj Mahal cover. Everything on here is great. It's condensed, it's solid, and again, it's two guys in a garage, just like as far as like lo-fi albums goes, this is one of the best in all of history. Just two dudes from Akron, Ohio, who you know, had each, I forget the exact story, but something about their dads or their uncles or something, and this guy's a Black Key, that means weird or something, and that's how they got their name. Just the history is amazing, how much these two have accomplished, and that's just my number 4. So now at number 3. Attack and Release from 2008. Oh man, I love this album so much. I mean, you got the hard rocking blues jams like I Got Mine. You've got slow burners like Lies and All I Ever Wanted and Things Aren't Like They Used to Be. Like so many really soulful songs on here, and you can feel that the collaboration with the producer Danger Mouse on here definitely lent itself in a good way on songs like that. Strange Times is another great rocker. There's really not a bad song on this whole album, and that's saying something, man. Black Keys at in the top 3, but yeah, this album is that good, and one that I come back to regularly. So now at number 2, El Camino from 2011. I mean, you know, just when you thought they couldn't get any better and they were just like at the height of their powers, they dropped El Camino within a year of Brothers, no less, and Lonely Boy, Gold on the Ceiling. You've got, oh my gosh, Little Black Submarines, one of my absolute favorite tracks by the Black Keys. You've got gems like Run Right Back and Mind Eraser, Dead and Gone. Like, this is a short, tight album that you can just listen to over and over again. Some of their catchiest stuff, while also just some of their absolute best songwriting, and that's just my number 2. So now at number 1, Brothers, of course, from 2010. I mean, every single song on here is amazing, and that's like, you know, 15 tracks. Some would like say, isn't it a little bloated? But no, man, even you know, like Black Mud, the instrumental is so cool. But you know, starting with Everlasting Light, Next Girl, Tighten Up, Howlin' for You, She's Long Gone. I mean, what a run of songs. And then ending up with These Days, and you know, you got these slow, just soulful songs like 10 Cent Pistol, and Too Afraid to Love You. Oh my God, that song is just incredible with like the eeriness of the harpsichord, but also like this amazing groove. And of course, it was recorded in Muscle Shoals, so it has that real like Delta, you know, stack sound on these songs, and it's just, it's timeless. And I don't think they'll ever top it, unfortunately. But you know, I'm always down for new Black Keys. And hey, Ohio Players, like I said, it's not their worst, so they're still out there in the game doing what they do at a high level. I just think like 2010 to 11, you know, that was definitely their apex of their best work. But so many great records, man. Even their least good on my list, Let's Rock, I wouldn't say it's a bad album, but definitely not their best. So, but yeah, that's my list, guys. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What would your ranking be? Would you include Black Rock in your list? And where do you think they're going to go from here? You think they're going to keep putting out good material? I hope so. But guys, that is it for now. We got other ranking videos on the channel. We got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.